Hello, everyone. I am Nico Cervantes. I'm your host, and thank you for tuning into Fun Sparkle Drama. We have an awesome show for you today. We have one of my favorite people in the world, Michael Stern, who is the author of I Had a Ball, and he's also Lucille Ball's #1 fan. But before he comes on, I want to introduce a very lovely lady in my life, my co-host, Ms. Nila Fuente.
Thank you.
Hi, honey. You look beautiful.
Thanks. You look great. I have to make a comment about the no facial hair.
I know, right?
I don't think we've done a show without the facial hair. Can you tell the children at home why you don't have any facial hair, Nico?
I dressed up in drag on Sunday. It's so much fun. Like, it's so empowering for a man to wear heels. It's almost like when little boys put on their mom's heels.
Not all little boys put on their mom's heels.
No, I think every little boy puts on their mom's heels at some point. Anyway, it's kind of like that feeling of like, I don't know, it brings back so many memories. I love drag. I love drag queens. It's just so fun, and I don't know. You learn to step out of yourself and not take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, like maybe we can pop a picture up or something, but
Yeah.
You looked amazing. And to do that, you shaved.
I shaved everything.
Yeah, I know.
I shaved everything.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like my underarms, my
Yeah.
elbows, which are really hard to shave, by the way. I've never shaved my elbows.
Oh my God.
And my knuckles and my chest, which I never have shaved before.
That's so fun. I wax bodies for a living, and I don't think I've ever waxed a hairy elbow.
But I'm kind of working it, right? What do you think?
I think you look gorgeous. I love
thank
it.
you.
It's a nice change.
It is a nice
I know.
change.
And we talked about getting your passport photo.
Yes.
And you were like, I'll get a little more scruff before I
Yeah.
get my passport photo. But I think you
Totally.
look gorgeous. So.
Thank you. We have Michael Stern on
I
the show.
know.
He's a good friend of mine,
I
and he's
know.
here because he loves me. And I asked him, or bugged him to be on,
Yeah.
but he is Lucille Ball's #1 fan.
I know. She was amazing.
And he was with her for a lot of the last days of her life.
Okay.
And he knows her really well. He knows her family really well. And
Oh.
Lucy, that's how we connected right away. Because that was something that I connected with my entire family on, was watching Lucy.
Yeah, same here.
And anyway,
Same
well,
here.
what is your favorite Lucy?
Oh my
episode?
God.
Or
Well,
Lucy?
like you, I connected with my sisters watching I Love Lucy, the reruns. But as kids, like it was on, I think, every night or once a week or something. Anyway, my favorite episode, there's so many, the vitamin of vegemin.
Vitamin to Vegemin.
Vitamin of vegemin. I loved when Ricky's mom came from Cuba and she wanted to speak Spanish, and she had that guy in the kitchen.
Yes.
And then it got all messed up, and that was so funny that was just a two of the
My favorite episode is when she goes to Scotland and she tries to look up her family inheritance, and they do like a full-on musical number. I'm a here. I'm a with it. I love it. Like I can watch it over and over again. Like I just rewind that song. But I love her. And so anyway, I'm excited to have him on the show.
I know. I can't wait I feel like I have so many questions about her and the show and her legacy and, how
because it's been a while since she's
89, I believe, is when she passed away. So.
When she passed, my mom got our whole family. My mom was so depressed, and we made a picnic, and we went out. We bought flowers like at the grocery store, and we made a picnic on the beach, and we threw roses, like rose petals, because that was like the beginning of her little episode.
Yeah, with the heart.
Yeah, so we threw rose petals into the ocean and like had like a little
Oh my gosh!
seance.
So you guys were all
we were like, it was like how our family connected. We didn't connect a lot, but that's how. Thank you, Lucy, for bringing our family together.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Yeah.
It was just great, clean. But not, there was an undercurrent of some pretty interesting themes that were going on in the show too.
Yeah. So he is going to come and he's going to dish all about it, and I can't wait.
Awesome.
But first, we have a new segment of the Fun Sparkle Drama Show. Mm-hmm. We are asking viewers to #AskUncleNico, which is kind of like my alias.
Well, that's what my son calls you.
Yeah, everyone calls me Uncle Nico. Now some of my friends call me Uncle Nico. But I want you to send a hashtag to Twitter and Instagram on Ask Uncle Nico with a question for me, and I will respond to it on air. So we have a question, one, and it is from Alicia from Ohio. And she says, "Dear Uncle Nico, you're very vocal about your love for drag and drag queens. How do you feel about the group of feminists who are offended by men dressing up and mocking femininity? By the way, I love the show." Thank you, Alicia from Ohio.
Thanks, Alicia.
Move. Get out of Ohio. That's my answer. No. I just recently found out about this, about a group of women that are offended by drag and men mocking femininity. I think I totally respect your opinion, Alicia. I think that I can totally see where you're coming from. I disagree on some level because I feel like doing drag is such an homage to women, at least the drag that I love and care about. And there's a lot of different types of drag. And some of the more female illusion mockery drag of like, there's a drag queen that named Chad Michaels who imitates Cher, and he does it perfectly, but he gets cheek injections and he alters his entire body to be Cher, and she loves him. And they've met multiple times, and now Chaz, her son, and Chad Michaels are good friends because of this. So, and she loves it. And the other one is Derek Barry, who imitates Britney Spears. And these are fans. They're like super fans of these drag queens, and they dedicate their entire bodies and lives and what they eat to pay homage to these amazing, strong women. The other side of it, I think that it puts men in a place where they can respect women, putting on heels, putting on pose, putting themselves in. Women do a lot to make themselves look beautiful. So I have to disagree, but I understand where you're coming from. I hope that answers it. Is that bitchy?
No, not
What do
at
you
all.
think?
I think drag is entertainment.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes.
And I think
Agreed.
I think if you want to dig, you're going to find political left, right, up, down in anything. So drag is an easy target. But I do respect. I have someone very close to me that has a huge issue with drag.
Really?
And it is about the mockery with women, and women have worked so hard, especially in entertainment, and women of color have really had to come through so many, break through so many walls. And so I do appreciate that sense that it feels like a mockery to certain people. To me, it's awesome entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, and I take it as an homage to women as well.
Definitely. And it's very much like, it's very much these people's jobs.
Well, it's fun.
It's
Oh my
like
God,
being an actress or being a dancer. Like, they put on a persona. It's not meant to be offensive, but I understand, Alicia, where you're coming from.
We get you, girl.
And we've got some representation for you. We've got some straight women here.
Yeah.
It's not just me and my tacky gay
I'm all,
ass.
well, actually, people.
I'm all, you shouldn't have answered me this, but it was a great question. Thank you, Alicia. And
Thanks,
again,
Alicia.
if you want me to answer your question on air, hashtag Uncle Nico, or Ask Uncle Nico on Twitter and Instagram, and I will respond. We are going to take a brief break, and when we get back, we're going to have Mr. Michael Stern. So don't go away. Bella Vista Designs is Southern California's premier audio and visual company, specializing in decorative lighting, draping, and sound for your upcoming wedding or event. Please, everyone, give a warm welcome to one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Michael Stern.
Thank you.
Michael. Okay, so I have to tell everyone how the first time we met, even though you didn't remember it when we were talking earlier.
Okay,
We met through our friends, Craig and Rocco, and it was their wedding weekend when they got married. And they kept on telling me, they knew I was a Lucy fan, and they knew I was just such a dork about things. So you're gonna love Michael Stern. You're gonna love him. So we met. We were at the bowling alley for Craig's birthday. It was like the opening of the weekend, and Rocco was introducing you to all his friends. He was like, okay, Michael, meet Mariah, and you're like, hello, Mariah Carey. He's like, and then he was like, now this is Julia. You're like, hi, Julia Roberts. And every single person you would like find a celebrity name, and I don't know what it was, but instantly I was like, I love him right now. Like, I instantly was like, you were the coolest person ever. Anyway,
Well, I'm
and you
shocked,
still
but-
are. But
thank you.
And you don't remember that?
Nope, not
you
at
still
all.
do that?
Yeah,
I love it. And do you do it because that's how you remember people's names?
I try.
Yeah.
You're Nico, Nina. I guess you could call me Mike Nike today.
Or I'm
put
like
in-
Nico, the Velvet
yeah.
Underground. That's what I always say.
People always say Nina Simone.
Oh, yeah.
Or Nina 99 Left Balloons.
Yeah, you didn't do it with me. You met, they were like,
didn't
oh,
do
this
it.
is
How many
Nico.
How many other
And-
Nikos are there?
But you were like, it's so great to finally meet you.
Oh,
I was like, I know.
very
Anyway,
nice of me.
so you're Lucy's #1 fan.
Yes, the official #1 fan.
So tell me about this whole official situation. Like, how do you get the official?
Well, first of all, it came from the mouth of Lucille Ball.
Yes.
She once told me, get a job, stay in school. And so I got a job working at the May Company in North Hollywood. And I was working, and she actually came to the store in North Hollywood from her house in Beverly Hills to North Hollywood. And that you don't usually do.
No.
And she bought over $400 worth of linens from me. And she asked me if I played backgammon. I said, I've never played backgammon in my life. And she said, all right, here's my home phone number. I'll teach you how to play backgammon. And so while we were playing backgammon, she said, you could be my number one fan, but you better, she said, get the job, stay in school. And since I got the job, she said I could be her number one fan. And she actually said it on TV.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay, I have a question.
Wait, before you have a question, you don't have a question. You need to go back
He has
right
to
now
ask
because
3
you're
questions
you
first.
just telling me, oh, I'm having backgammon with Lucille Ball.
That's what I
Oh,
wanted to know. What were you thinking when you were playing backgammon
No,
with her?
that's not what I was asking.
It's like a Lucy episode
I know,
already.
right?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
you don't
the
even
two of
know.
you.
We're gonna be on. We're gonna attack you.
You're
on either
Lucy and
side.
Ricky. Okay.
I'm so manic right now.
Or
But
Lucy and Lucy.
I have to say, let's go back because now
Okay.
you're playing backgammon with Lucy. She's visiting you at your job. How did you meet?
Okay. I met her, well, first of all, when I was like 8 years old, I saw a movie called Yours, Mine, and Ours. And that was with Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda.
I know. Yes.
She had 8 kids, he had 10 kids, and they got married.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever saw Lucille Ball on the big screen. Then a few months later, I saw I Love Lucy. And that was in black and white. Yours, Mine, Ours was in color. I didn't realize they were the same person until my aunt said, Michael, that's the same lady. And from that day on, I was a huge fan. I started collecting photos of Lucy, magazine cutouts, whatever I could find of Lucy. It turned out that my neighbor's mother's boss worked on the Lucy show, on Here's Lucy. And so I was able to get tickets.
That's so LA, by the way.
I know.
Oh, my neighbor's mother's boss. It took me
Yeah.
like a second to
Yes.
put all that together.
I went to the filming.
Yeah.
And I went with my scrapbook, with my photos, and I went to Lucille Ball's mother, who I knew what she looked like. And Lucille Ball's mother would go to every single filming of the show. So she said, how would you like to meet Lucy after the show? Now, I was 10 years old. And so I got to meet Lucy backstage after the show. And she was on a few extra steps. So it was like looking up at her, and it was like looking at somebody 12 foot tall, a movie star, a TV star. So she was really nice to me. She looked through my scrapbook. She signed an autograph for me. She gave me a kiss on the cheek. And that's the first time I ever met her. And it was like she would never see me again, but it turned out she would see me again, over and over again. And another nice point to that was my mother took me to the filming of the show. And when I went backstage, my mom said, this is your one time to ever meet her. And so my mom stayed at her seat because she knew that this was a special time just with me and Lucy. And that was, I mean, what mom would do that? Every mom would want to meet Lucy as well, but this was my time. So
I love that.
I know, isn't that nice?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So-
I didn't appreciate that until years later.
Now, Nina, about the
Yes.
now we're playing backgammon.
Okay,
I
now
I needed some
backgammon.
backstory.
I
I
was
needed
just
some
sitting there
backstory.
going, oh my God, you were playing backgammon. Like, were you drinking lemonade? Were you drinking whiskey? Oh, how old were you? You said
By the time I was playing backgammon, I was about 15, 16 years
Okay.
old. And it's funny, when you go to Lucille Ball's house, you would expect all this, like champagne glasses or whatever, everything flowing like a movie star. She had these soda cans that were like 8 ounces or 6
yeah.
ounces, which I had never seen before.
Like
Little-
Tab.
Yeah, little
Yeah, I
miniature
remember
ones.
those, like, from
Well, what I
airplanes.
found out was that's the size you would have with vodka or whatever,
yeah.
soda. I didn't know that.
Just hitting the bottle.
Yeah. Well, no, I never saw her hit the bottle. That was not the Lucy I knew. So those were the sodas I had. Those little tiny little bar.
And how long did this continue?
From the time I was 15 till the time I was 28 years old. I knew her that long. And I was at her house sometimes 2-3 times a week. And we wouldn't talk about I Love Lucy or the Lucy Show or what was it like, with this person or that person. We would talk about what was in the news that day.
Wow.
It was current topic.
So it was a real friendship. I mean, I know your title is her number one fan.
Right.
But this was you became close friends.
We were very close. And if there was ever an issue of a problem, like I had a problem once at a department store.
Yeah.
And she said, did you tell your parents? I go, no. She said, Michael, don't tell me. I mean, she understood. Talk to your parents. And so she got me closer to my parents as well. She knew the difference between being a friend and being a mom. I mean, I was not her son.
Yeah.
But she treated me like a son. Like, if I didn't have a jacket on one day, she said, Michael, put on a jacket.
Oh my God.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
So
Lucy, I'm
50s.
going from the door to the car. Michael,
Yeah.
put on a jacket. Well, I didn't bring one. So she would go into the closet and she goes, here, this was Desi's. Go take it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. So
So you would wear Desi Arnaz's jacket.
yeah. Desi Arnaz Jr.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, because you were little.
Right, I was little.
So you were with her, you guys were in communications like during her passing, right? I mean, like, so did you know she was going to leave you memorabilia?
No, and it was actually, her will was basically just for her kids, her husband, but her daughter, Lucille Arnaz, she's like a sister to me now.
Yeah.
She gave me all the memorabilia that was in the offices, so like all the posters that were hanging in the office, she gave to me. And Lucille Ball would give me stuff over the years. She gave me her cast when she broke her leg. So she said, Michael, now you have the cast of I Love Lucy.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, like in the episode where she breaks her leg?
Well, she really did break her leg.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Here's Lucy. She was actually skiing
remember
in
that.
Colorado.
Yes, I remember that.
And so they wrote the script, around her broken leg. So I have her cast. So yes, you can see the cast in the episodes, but I have it.
So what other stuff do you have?
I have one of her Emmy Awards that was presented to her. I have her phone book, one of her phone books, and my name is right below Frank Sinatra and right next to Jimmy Stewart.
S's.
And the phone book was a big deal back then. Now we have our cell phones, but I remember like I have my grandma's phone book, and it's like it's iconic. There's little notes
tabs.
but I can't imagine what Lucille Ball's like.
Ball, yeah.
I was talking with Nina earlier today before we came to the studio, and she was telling me about her. Like when she used to watch I Love Lucy as a kid, and you brought up a lot of the political stuff, which I forget. I mean, I was talking to our crew about it a little bit, but the fact that she was the first woman ever to be pregnant on television.
Couldn't say pregnant.
Okay, we couldn't say pregnant.
They did a Spanish or
they
a
didn't
French
say
word.
pregnant.
They could not use the word pregnant. They had like a rabbi and a priest, and they said the only things you can't say is the word pregnant. So she was expecting with child, but she was never pregnant.
Yeah.
So you finally took all these amazing memories and you wrote a book.
Yes.
And
I had a ball.
I had a ball. And
also, it's the only book that's authorized by her two kids.
I love that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're like a part of the family. You talk to the kids, and you're still in communication with them, right?
I see them all the time. I see them all the time, and they're doing great.
Yeah.
Lucy's now directing a play on Broadway called Hazel, Made in America, based on the TV series Hazel.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yes, a musical.
And then how's Desi Jr.?
Desi Jr. is doing great. He really is. He's doing really good.
Good.
I just saw him about 4 weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about the book. Tell me what made you want to finally document everything.
The book is my thoughts with Lucy. So it wasn't like, there's a lot of books about Lucille Ball or whoever is out there, and it's, well, Lucille Ball was thinking this or Lucille Ball was thinking that. No one knows what the person was thinking unless if she told me. So these are my stories with Lucille Ball, some things that she told me, or it's just my point of view of when I was with her at the Bob Hope special, or playing backgammon, or we talked about this or that, or Desi, or a lot of places that we went together,
Yeah, after all that relationship.
Yeah.
What is one of your favorite memories with Lucy? Like one of the memories that just like, that you still cherish?
I remember one time she did a telethon, Easter Seals telethon, and she needed a place to be, where it was a little quiet. She had a few girlfriends there and myself, and we wanted to eat. And there was like, the dressing rooms were all filled with a lot of people running in and out, and everyone coming up to her or whoever. So we found a place underneath the bleachers. Even though there were 300 people above, we all ate under the bleachers, and we ate little corned beef sandwiches. Yeah, it was like a Lucy episode.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's so. I mean, I can't even imagine. I just tell you, I'm like geeking out right now. I mean, we're friends. We've been friends for 10 years, but I never get the chance to really geek out on it because everyone asks you all the time. I don't want that to be,
I appreciate that.
But anyway, thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm having. Am I the fun? Am I the sparkle, or who's the drama? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm all three, but lately Nina has been the drama.
Have I now?
Yeah.
All right.
You're the drama. Okay.
But. I love her. I can't live. You can. Yeah, you're a little bit of everything. That sparkle and twinkle in your eye. So not only Lucy, but you've met how many celebrities? You've met a ton.
I've met a lot. Some I've met only for seconds at a time.
Yeah.
And some I actually now have nice relationships with. Friendships with.
Who are one of the celebrities that you have a nice friendship with?
Florence Henderson.
Love her.
Oh my gosh,
love
she's so
her.
Carol Brady.
Carol Brady.
Yes, that hair. Iconic hair.
That's so funny.
Yes.
We both went to the hair.
Yeah.
And then it was,
It was like boof. It was the flip. That was like.
She's such a nice lady. Betty White.
Oh.
Not to say that I go to their house every week, and
Yeah.
I don't. But
She's
I
amazing.
know who they are. Carol Burnett, just another person. Just real. I mean, here I am, like a fan, and it's like, hey, Michael, how you doing? And how's the family and all this, and like,
Wow.
just really nice. But Betty White.
I have a funny Carol Burnett story because Carol Burnett is like my other Lucy. Like
Okay.
I live for Carol Burnett, and so I'm a florist by trade, and so I found out that she was going to be at a fundraiser here in town. So I contacted the fundraiser and I was like, I want to deliver a free bouquet to Carol Burnett's house, and I'll make it and I'll donate it to the organization as a thank you from you for being a part of this, philanthropic event. And they were like, okay, but they didn't know I was a huge fan. So I get the address. I'm there. I make this gigantic bouquet. It looked like someone died. Like that's how big it was. And I knock on the door. I was so nervous. And she opens the door and she was like doing an aerobics video. Like in her living room. And I said, I have a flower delivery for you. She's like, oh my goodness, they're beautiful and large. In that Carol Burnett voice. And I went into her house and she's like, I would love them on the piano. And I was like, okay, but they're a little wet. So I went into her kitchen. It was just an excuse to get into her kitchen. I was like, can you have a towel? So I follow her around and I'm just sitting there and I stop and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I have to tell you, I'm not okay. I staged this whole thing so I can meet you.
Oh, really?
And she started laughing, and then I sang, and then I went, Easy Street. And she was like, okay, now you need to leave.
Yeah. Did she call 911?
Get her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? And then I was like, okay, this is like the most embarrassing thing ever. So,
See, I never did like vitamin Benjamin to Lucy or anything like that.
well, I wouldn't even do vitamin Benjamin now. That's like the most like.
Okay.
So anyway, do you have a funny celebrity story that you can share like that?
A funny one? No.
Well, you've met Betty White a million times. I'm sure that was hilarious.
I love Betty White. I just saw Betty White and Carol Burnett. They filmed the very last episode, which has already aired, of Hot in Cleveland.
Oh, I've seen a few episodes
Yes.
of that.
Yes.
It's pretty
Oh my
funny.
God, it's
Yeah.
like
She's
old-time
amazing.
television.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's
She's
93.
yeah.
She's 93. Carol Burnett is not 93.
No.
Younger.
Yeah.
But they both performed together, and it was just watching magic happen. I've
Yeah.
seen them perform together in the past.
That was amazing.
But oh my God, two legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty White, I mean, how many actors or actresses in Hollywood could say that they have a career like that? It doesn't happen.
Her career on television started before I Love Lucy. She was doing television before Lucille Ball,
Yeah.
and she's still on.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I have to ask you, since you've met so many celebrities, and I love to gossip, and it's fun, sparkle, and drama, who is a celebrity that you met that really threw you off, that was rude or bitchy or...
I can't mention Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, no, I have you know what?
Doesn't she live here?
Gosh, I hope.
I love her, by the way.
I love her too, and maybe she just had a bad day or two, or every time I've seen her. But you know what? It's just some people are really great with fans, and some are not.
Yeah.
But I also have seen her the opposite, where she has gone out to the crowds and she will sign autographs for everyone.
Yeah.
So she is good with that, but maybe one-on-one she's just shy.
Yeah.
I like her. She posed for a picture with me. That's all I
Yeah.
asked for, and I got it. But I think Brad Pitt posed like 2 seconds earlier, and she saw that. So it's like, okay, well, Brad Pitt did it, then
Oh, yeah.
So you have a picture of Brad Pitt in you?
I have a few.
So you've met one of my favorite people ever, Madonna.
Madonna, yes.
Is she tiny?
She's tiny, but you know what? She was super sweet. I met her a few times, and one time, again about my mother, I went up to her and I said, and it was when Evita just came out.
Oh,
and
my fave.
I said, my mom saw you in the movie Evita, and she goes, I didn't know Madonna can sing. And she looked at me like strangely, like, what the heck are you talking about?
That is hilarious.
And I said to her, you got to realize, my mother is from another generation, older generation, and she only saw you as an actress in your other movies. And now you're singing.
Yeah.
She didn't know about all your records and everything. She goes, oh, I do have other fans. I mean, she realized that she does have other fans.
Yeah, not just like desperate gay men.
Exactly, yeah. So she was really appreciative. of
Yeah.
that. And then she told me she was losing her hair because she had just given
Oh,
birth.
this is the love. This is what I need.
This
is what I love.
She says
Come
she
on, Michael.
had just given birth, and I guess when you give birth,
When you
sometimes-
nurse, your
you
hair
start losing
fall.
your hair.
Yeah.
So she was telling me how
After
she was
you-
losing
yeah.
her hair.
Well, and the word on the street with my friends in LA that have met her say that the complete opposite. They say that she's not a nice person. And that is like, she's to me like iconic. And I never want to meet her because I don't want to like ruin that, but I love hearing
The
that.
only person that I was sorry that I met,
Yes.
sort of, is Katharine Hepburn. If you remember Katharine Hepburn.
Of course.
She would only, it's so funny, I went to see her in a play, and her secretary said, you could come back after the show and meet her, but you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, no problem. But now, after the 4th standing ovation, you need to come backstage. The 4th standing ovation, don't come before that.
Yeah.
The 4th. And so she would only see you after she took off all her makeup, and I expected her to be 12 foot tall, and she was a tiny little lady with blotches all over her face.
No, but she's supposed to be tall, I thought.
I know, but that's as Katharine Hepburn. She would only see you. And she was like just signing an autograph, and I said, there were about 10 other people, and we loved you in this movie, The African Queen, we loved you in this one. I said, I loved you in the movie Stage Door. And that was a small movie, but it had Lucille Ball and Ginger Rogers and Eve Arden. And then she perked up and like, wow, you loved Stage Door? I go, yes, it's one of my favorite movies.
And they connected.
Then we connected.
That's why you're Michael Stern, I have to tell you. You like, wherever you are, you just illuminate this presence. And that's how we became friends. I was like, this guy's too cool. I have to be his friend.
Thank you very much.
But like, but it's true. Like you do illuminate it, and I thank you so much for
vodka. That's nice.
I wish.
Right? I know. Nina, she keeps on wanting to have wine on the show.
Or a little vitamin veg.
I know, this
in
is
here.
so water,
Okay,
just so
very
you
nice.
know.
Yeah, we don't need wine. I'm already like a nervous wreck as it is. Please visit Michael's website, thelucyfan.com.
Correct.
And take a look at his book because it's amazing, and he is phenomenal and a great thing. Thank you for being
Well,
here.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for traveling and
I had a
being here
good
with
time.
us. You're
Thank
amazing.
you for sending the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christine, any last words for us?
No, I have a million Lucy questions that I'm going to ask you.
Oh, we could go to
after we're
dinner.
done
Yeah.
taping.
All
Sorry,
right.
we
Yeah.
could do a two-parter.
Huh? Yeah, we
Yeah.
could. We could.
I'll come back.
And I'm going to dress like Lucy.
Oh, please do.
Oh my God.
Well,
that
you've
would
got
be
her big
amazing.
eyes.
Huh?
You
I
could
could
do it.
I could
Yeah.
do it. I'm going to do it. You know what? Halloween this year, I'm going to do it. How about that?
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching it via YouTube and you like the episode, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel, Fun Sparkle Drama. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Fun Sparkle Drama. Anyway, we are out of time. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you to Michael and of course my gorgeous co-host Nina. Yes, we will see you next time. Bye.